The connection between insecure attachment and child abuse. Several studies have found a connection between insecure attachment and child abuse. It is also related to violence in adulthood. Research shows a link between insecure attachment and child abuse. If a child learns to deal with violence in early childhood, it is likely that he will become violent in adulthood. Violence is a channel that some adults use to relate to others. Children learn from their parents. If they therefore see violence as a valid way of behaving, they imitate it. Furthermore, elements of child abuse can lead to the child becoming violent as an adult. In fact, violence, as well as attachment style, can be passed down from generation to generation. According to attachment theory, people are pre-programmed to establish contact with other people. The goal of this behavior is to find social sources that provide them with protection and security. Humans develop attachment from an early age. In fact, the first attachment bond is often established before the first year. Trust in the attachment figure is the basis for a stable and secure personality. John Bowlby. Attachment style can be passed down from generation to generation. Internal working models. Internal working models are the various guidelines, norms, guidelines and models that govern our behavior. They oscillate between two dimensions, anxiety and avoidance behavior. These dimensions can have two valences, one positive and one negative. Therefore, you get a total of 4 dimensions. These are negative anxiety and positive anxiety and negative avoidant and positive avoidant behaviors. According to research carried out by Ira Aloza Subdel and colleagues, the different attachment styles are secure, worried, projecting and fearful. Ira et al. 2022. The secure attachment characterizes people with low anxiety and low avoidance. The anxious attachment indicates people with high anxiety and low avoidance. The dismissive attachment represents people with low anxiety and high avoidance. The fearful attachment points to people with high anxiety and high avoidance. The results of the study point to a relationship between insecure attachment style, i.e., anxious, dismissive, or fearful styles, and aggressive behavior in general. More specifically, child abuse. On the other hand, a secure attachment style plays a protective role against violence. Insecure attachment style has been associated with a higher likelihood of intimate partner aggression. Megan O'Cow. Insecure attachment and child abuse, a new context. An anxious attachment style includes the worried and the fearful style, as mentioned above. People with these attachment styles have a more pronounced tendency towards psychological violence. In contrast, individuals with highly avoidant attachment styles, such as the fearful style, are more prone to physical violence and sexual abuse. People with a fearful attachment style are most likely to have been exposed to traumatic events in their childhood. They can e.g. have been rejected as children or have been subjected to physical or psychological abuse. Therefore, they have learned that these are normal ways of relating. Therefore, they tend to behave aggressively, especially when they feel abandoned. Fearful attachment has also been linked to borderline personality disorder. Amy Holdsworth Monroe. According to research, there is a connection between insecure attachment and abuse. Insecure attachment as a result of abuse is inherited and passed on to the children. Child abuse and attachment styles are passed down from generation to generation. The way individuals learn to relate to their significant others, usually parents, sets the stage for how they relate as adults. Therefore, children who grow up amidst a chaos of violence are more likely to react violently in their interactions as adults. A change in attachment style can improve interactions in intimate relationships. Reclus, Dansby Olufaut. Theories. Among the theories supporting this transfer are Subtillo et al. 2022. Social learning theory. Based on this hypothesis, infants learn to interact violently by imitating their parents' behavior. As such, the parents act as models. Attachment theory. According to Bowlby, children seek protection and security in their environment, but are denied these needs by their parents. As a result, they develop attachment bonds based on anxiety, fear and avoidance of pain. The evolutionary contextual model. According to the author, Capaldi, an upbringing based on fear, neglect, with regard to the supervision of the minor, and coercion lays the foundation for children, when they grow up, to interact with other people in a violent way. Individual idiosyncrasies, in interaction with other contextual experiences, may promote or inhibit the intergenerational transmission of the use of intimate partner violence in adulthood. Immaculate Tivet, Subtillo et al. 2022. Discovered a strong relationship between having an insecure attachment and child maltreatment. In fact, people with insecure attachment styles tend to mistreat and attack almost 18% more than people with secure attachment styles. Among insecure forms of attachment, the fearful form is associated with maltreatment in a more intense way. Further research on the relationship between insecure attachment and child maltreatment is needed. Although these findings are extremely interesting for understanding the generational transmission of violence and attachment, they are far from fully explaining these phenomena. But it appears that child abuse increases the likelihood of future aggression by nearly 9%. For that reason, we must continue to research the topic. It will help us develop intervention protocols that reduce the weight of abuse trauma in children and help them develop healthy attachment styles. Fearful attachment style has been associated with controlling intimate partner behavior in abusive men. James R. Mahalik,